Ayaw mag-record. Ayan, there you go. So good afternoon once again, and we welcome to our another, exciting time for our English class. And this afternoon is our week number 8, and most probably the last week for second quarter. And definitely, since this is the last week, next week we're going to check everything. If you are like complete with all the requirements, like we have summative tests next week from the topics that we have, week 1 up to week number 8. And at the same time, completion of requirements. So we are going to check if you are complete or incomplete. If you are complete with all the requirements, then well done. But if not, so you have all the chances to complete all the requirements until next week, Friday. You get my point? Because I'm going to compute again the grades, and most probably after that week, we'll give again the cards. But definitely, class, before that, we'll have a short recognition here, virtual recognition. For first quarter, hinihintay lang natin yung grades nyo sa EPP. Ayan. So, once again, good afternoon. May I ask you, what is the latest news that you have heard, and what is the content of the news? Will you please share something? Did you any news that you have heard, and what is the content of that news that really got your attention or got your interest? Anything. It can be a news report about what is happening in local, international, or anything that gets your attention for these past days. News, it can be, issues, national issues. Will you please share something about that? Okay, raise your hand, please. Just click on the raise hand there kung hindi maka-open ng cam, or most probably, maybe open yung camera nyo sa akin, but then, I open sa inyo, but then sa akin hindi yung dating because of the, connection issues. But then, i-click nyo na lang para makita ko kung you're raising or not. Okay, let's start with Abam.
I heard that the president is already getting bored because the vaccine is not yet in the Philippines.
Yes, very good, Abam. That's correct. So that is one of the issues nowadays. So our country in general is still waiting for that vaccine to come here in our country. But, hopefully, this coming months or next month, so that we can be protected from the virus. What else? What other issues and concerns? Bella?
I am getting scared because of the Taal volcano.
Yes, that is also correct. There's another, warning about the possible eruption, and that is one of the hot issues nowadays in our country. One more. Some more. Yes, Kia.
Typhoon Auring in Mindanao.
Yes, that is why our weather as of today is not that good because of the typhoon also. We are definitely affected, although it's in Mindanao, but malapit lang naman tayo, plus that is why we are experiencing some bad weather as of this moment. Okay, now, can you imagine yourself living without any, sources of this news like television, computer, internet, cell phone? Can you imagine? Do you think, can you live without those things? Yes, most especially you, class, because your generation is the generation that really, when you were born, meron na talagang gadgets, television. Unlike us, because when we were born, there's no cell phone or computer like that. Yes, there's television, but computer, cell phone, there's no such things as that. Okay? Siguro nagkaroon ng cellphone when I was in high school na. Or before I graduated elementary. Okay? Now, why I'm asking this to you? Because our discussion has something to do with these things. The news that we heard from the television or the radio. But not only that, how about those materials that we can use even without gadgets? So we're going to discuss all those things this afternoon. But I want you to answer first this situation here. Okay, can you see on my screen the slide share? Not yet? Can you see that now? Yes. So there's a situation there. Like in your science class, your teacher gave you a task to show the life cycle of a butterfly in creative way. Now, you are asked to present and explain it to the class. How are you going to prepare? What are you going to do for your classmate to understand your report easily? Okay, when you're ready, please raise your hand. When you are ready to recite, please raise your hand. Anyone want to share? Who's that one more is raising hand? Jaisley, yes, Jaisley.
I'm gonna be printing some photos of the life cycle of a butterfly and I'm gonna be researching some information about it.
Very good. So that is one way. You're going to research and then look for the picture, print it, and then show it to your classmate. Right? That's a very nice strategy, Jaisley. That is correct. How about Imer?
I'm gonna draw the life cycle of the butterfly and explain nicely to my classmates how it goes.
Yes, very good. So you're going to draw it. Definitely. Most probably, there are instances na wala kayong printer, just in case, special case like that. So you can actually draw, which is also correct, right? How about Hannah?
I will study the information about the life cycle of a butterfly.
Yes, you will study. Hannah, may I ask, in studying, what are you going to use?
I will take down notes some information about it.
Okay, from what materials? From what
Notebook.
sources?
Notebooks or book.
Okay,
Book.
from books or yes, using your notebooks, you can take down notes, definitely. Yes, Mia?
I will make it in the PowerPoint and explain nicely.
Very good. Using PowerPoint, and you can present the PowerPoint in front of your classmates, and definitely you can add some animations, right? Transitions and all, and definitely they will like it, right? So all these things that you have given, that is all correct. Okay, that all your responses. It means that you can do those things if you really want to present a good report about the life cycle of a butterfly. You get my point? So why I'm asking you this kind of question? Now, it is important that when you are doing some reports, you are like researching. And according to Hannah, you are using your books. And you are getting, according to Jaisley, getting from, internet, researching, printing it, and for Amer, drawing, just like what you can see now in front of us, you can use that also. Drawing with the stories or using a Manila paper, using visuals, right? And for Mia, she decided to use PPT or PowerPoint, which is also correct. Okay, now, let me see, based from the picture that you will see now in front of you, what can you give as definition without reading anything? Just looking at the picture, what can you say about it? Since we are connecting our lesson to point of view or POV or viewpoint. So by looking at it, you can give at least one word that you can associate with the picture. And what is that word? Okay, the first picture first. Raise your hand if you want to answer. So I will just call. Yes, Percy.
Peace.
Peace. You can associate this to peace. Do you agree, class? Yes. What else? Sige, raise hand if you want to add some more. Other hand. So I believe everyone is like agree with Percy's answer. We talk about peace when you see this picture. So diba, there are instances, class, that when you are looking to a painting or a picture, even there's no explanation or captions, we can easily understand by looking at them. Okay? So let's continue with the next picture. Yes, so I will call names yung hindi pa nakakapagtaas ng kamay kasi possible they are experiencing some, internet connection problem. But let's continue. How about Dana? Can you hear me, Dana? Will you please give at least one word that you can associate with this picture? Dana, are you there? Or let's have Diana. Or Santara. Yes, Santara. Go. There's no wrong answer here. Whatever you go, Santara.
A mother taking care of her child and making her child happy.
Okay. A mother taking care of a child and making her happy. Okay, that's correct. Some more? Hindi ko po kayo. Okay, hindi marinig ni Dana. Anyway, some more? Yes, Mia?
Love.
Okay, so we can associate this to love. Okay, or tender love, care, tender love and care, right? Yes, Sophia. Sophia? Okay, cannot hear also. How about Anika? Anika? Please check your audio if it's functional or not. How about Eman?
Same answer as Mia.
Okay, also about love. How about Carl?
I feel happy because the mother always taking care her child.
Yes, very good. So all your answers are also correct. Okay? So di ko po kayo marinig. So please fix your gadgets. Baka may something wrong sa inyong ginagamit kaya hindi nyo ako marinig. How about the others? Can you hear me clearly?
Opo.
Yes. Okay, let's continue. How about this one? Sige nga, what can you say about this? Kia?
War.
War, nice. So a while ago we have peace, and then we have now war. By looking at the picture, no need to explain. Like, do we need someone to explain about this picture? So definitely you yourself, you as grade 5 pupil, and you learn about POVs, and you learn about views, point of views, you can now give your own definition to any picture that you can see. But take note that a picture can have a thousand meaning. Can have a thousand meaning. It depends to the one who interpret it. Okay? So let's proceed. The last one. The last picture that we have. Yes, Abam?
Happiness.
Happiness. All right. Can you see that? They're all smiling, right? So by looking at it, you can say it's happiness. Yes, very nice. Now, so we will associate again. There's a special activity to our discussion, which is we'll focus about, later we will discover kung ano yung, bakit we are talking, sir, about pictures, we are talking about how we are going to do our report, what sources are we going to use, because this, all these things have connection to our discussion this afternoon. But let's have first this one. In what sources, offline or online, you learn a lot and share that to your classmates? In what sources? Can be references, anything that you use, that when you are using that one, it can be an offline or online, you learn a lot. And then share that to your classmate. What are those activities or those materials that you use? Yes, Percy?
Books.
Yes, that is correct. How about Mia? Amir,
Sir,
yes,
ano
Amir?
po ulit?
Yung number one, yung nasa unang question. In what sources, or offline or online, you learn a lot?
Prayer po.
Okay. Next, Amir.
Televisions.
Okay, television, you learn also in television. That is nice. Now, the next question. If you want to know about the weather update of your country, where can you find it? Where can you find it? Akiko, can you hear me? For example, you want to know the updates, the weather updates. What are you going to use to get information? Take note, information should be reliable. Remember our lesson in EPSP? We cannot just believe. We need to know first if it is true or false. And we need to trust reliable news. Okay? We don't believe those fake news. Now, if you want to know about the weather updates of your country, where can you find it? Yes, Santara.
On our television.
Very good. Television is one way. Why? Definitely, those newscasters or weather reporters, they will not give information that is not valid. Okay? They need to check for it through the help of what agency of the Philippines help the newscasters to deliver this reliable information to the people. Yes, Diana?
Pag-asa.
Very good. So you have already an idea na dun sa mga discussion natin. Kung sa Taal naman, we have another agency of the government that can help in delivering the reliable information. And what is that, Eman?
P-Box?
Yes. See? So we can now relate all the things that we have discussed from the previous lesson. So, who among you here are using newspapers? Raise your hand if you are using newspapers at home. Sino yun dito yung mga parents nyo mahilig sa newspapers? Ayan, Abam is raising, Eman. But, yes, Mia also. The challenge kasi nowadays, class, that is why some of the families or people are not using newspapers Kasi we can access naman through the Google, through the cell phone, through the television. But sometimes let's try also to buy some magazines or newspapers. Okay. Now let's continue with this one. Okay. There are pictures in front of you. Now, help me. Help me to group the following by saying Group A is number 1, 2, or whatsoever. Group B is number ganyan. So that's how you group the pictures in front of you. So can help me grouping or classify all the materials in front of you. Yes, Percy, will you please classify them? There are 2 groups here.
Group A is 2, 4, and 8. Group B is 1, 3, 5, 6, and 7.
Okay, so I will take note of Percy's answer. So later, I'm going to reveal if it is correct or not correct. So let us see. Pero according to Percy, 2, 4, and 8 in Group A, and then 1, 3, 5, 6, and 7 in Group B. How about the others? Some more answer or other responses aside from Percy's answer? Or do you have same answer with Percy's
Same answer po.
Same. Who among you here have different
Answer din po.
Okay. Now let us check if you have same answer. Okay. So that is group, first group, or can be a group, one group. So Percy is correct. So we have 1, 5, 3, 6, 7. And then the other grouping is, yes, that is also correct. So 2, 4, A. Now, how we group this materials in front of us? Because our discussion for today is about types of viewing materials. Okay? Again, we're going to talk about types of viewing materials. And take note, when we are identifying the types of viewing materials, we will identify them this way. It can be printed, or the opposite of that is non-printed material or materials. Again, there are 2 types. It can be printed or non-printed. That is why when I ask you to classify them, which one is printed and which one is non-printed. You get my point? So I know you can now identify which of these 2 groups is printed. One is non-printed. Okay, now let's continue. So, it is important that in learning, we need viewing. Agree? Agree? We need viewing. Sige, let me see. When I am teaching, what kind of material do I use? When I'm teaching, what material do I present to you? Yes. Marius, can you hear me? Will you please say yes if you can hear me? No? How about Jester? Okay, Jaisley.
Non-printed.
Non-printed? Okay. Why? What are those materials that I use every time I hold classes? Yes, Diana.
PowerPoints.
Yes, I am using actually, that's one. Yeah. What else? Aimer?
Computer.
Okay, I'm using computer. Definitely, we are using Google Meet, right? That is why we cannot use printed. Am I right? Can you use printed here? Yes, you can use, but at home. But during class discussion, we cannot use that. But through a reference materials, for example, I asked you to use your module. Is it printed or non-printed? Your module. Yes, Diana?
Printed.
Printed. So it means it is a combination of printed and non-printed. There are instances that we are using printed materials, but there are instances that we are using non-printed materials. And all these materials are essential in class like this. Okay? That is why, since there are printed and non-printed materials, viewing is an important process here. Definitely, because of viewing, you can reflect and think about images that you can see. There are times that when you want to read a story, even without reading, by just looking at the picture, you can understand easily what? The possible scenarios or the possible events in the story that you are going to read. That is why it is important to what? To see, to view, to visualize. Okay? So definitely, it develops your knowledge, your skills in analyzing and evaluating the visual and multimedia text. Okay? Definitely, you will acquire information and many ideas and even experiences visually expressed by others. Okay? So to attain this, we need to use viewing materials. Okay, that is why later you're going to identify what are the viewing materials that we are using for us to understand a certain concept. It can be a story, it can be about the life cycle, it can be about the menstruation, it can be about the estuary or the intertidal zone. It can be about how to divide or multiply decimals. Okay, so viewing is important. For a while class. Ayan. So, I cannot choose the webcam. Can you hear me? Yes? For a while class ha? Yun. We're back. So let's continue with what I am discussing a while ago. So definitely we can have like viewing material. I mean, two types. It can be printed or print viewing material or non-print. So in this types of viewing materials, letter A, let's understand first what is about this one. Will you please read? Will you please read? Santara?
Printing viewing materials consist of all printed images found in textbooks, workbooks, reference books, magazines, newspapers, and journals. These include the printed version of maps, photographs, paintings, drawings, posters, infographics, graphs, and other two-dimensional art.
All right. See, it pertains to these things that are mentioned here. Magazines, newspapers, journals, maps. Okay? These are two-dimensional. It means you can see it. And it's an image. Okay? And we are using this kind of materials, definitely. All right. So that is for print viewing materials. How about the next one? Carl, will you please read?
Non-print viewing materials are those that do not depend on the printed sources. Three-dimensional arts like diorama, globes, puppets, and models, and other projected materials such as films or movies, film strips, commercials, videotapes, and television shows are examples of non-print viewing materials. Like television channels, most of the viewing materials that are non-print are in digital formats.
All right. So I believe you have already an idea about these two types of viewing materials, the print and non-print materials. So it was mentioned through this definition read by Carl that it can be like three-dimensional, like diorama. If you want to know about diorama, you can type it and look for the meaning of it. Kasi meron naman kayong Google sa harap ninyo. Pag may mga words na hindi agad nakukuha yung meaning. Globes. Have you experienced that using globes? Yes? Did you experience that? Or puppets? Did you experience using puppets? Models or anything that is projected. Just like what you are using now. It is projected. PPT or the PowerPoint presentation. That is being projected to you. For you to learn about something, we are using PPT. Okay? What else? Films. Okay. Sige, may I know nga, although na-ask ko na to sa inyo before, what is your favorite film so far that you have watched during quarantine? Yes, Mia.
Crown Lake.
All right. How about Anika?
Victorious.
Okay. How about Hannah?
True Beauty.
Okay. How about Abam? Or if not movie, TV shows that you really love to see and watch, something like that. Akiko. Yes, Akiko, what's that? Parang may something wrong talaga sa microphone ni Akiko or sa audio niya, kaya hindi natin marinig. Anyway, I hope i-fix nyo yan kung sakali man kaya. Aliyah. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? No, also. Aliyah, will you please fix also your audio? But we'll continue. It can be films, movies. It can be commercial, right? As what I'm saying a while ago, it can be PPT or it can be a vlog. Okay? It can be a vlog. Like what you're doing in our performance task. When you are do like some vlogging, that is another example of non-print viewing materials. And we can learn something from it. Diba? For example, you want to share about something about pagiging yung lesson natin sa ESP, pagiging mapanuri sa mga impormasyong nakukuha. Di ba naggawa kayo ng vlog before about such thing? So we can say that vlogging is also a form of non-print viewing materials. Okay? Any question with regards to these two types of viewing materials? Clear? Yes or no? Clear. That is why, let's go back to the groupings na ginawa kanina ni Percy. So according to Percy, group A is, this group is one classification. And what kind of viewing materials are this one? Are these materials in front of you? What kind of viewing materials? Yes, Diana?
Non-print viewing materials.
Okay, non-print. Yung number 6, are you familiar with that? Are you familiar with that? What do you call that? What do you call that?
No.
Actually, that is e-book. E-book. E, and then book. Ibig sabihin, you're using a gadget and then there's a book. You can actually turn the page also by, doing this way. O, slide yung ganon. By sliding. And you can go to page, you can actually type what page do you want. You can turn the page if you want. So that's an ebook. And definitely number 3, I believe you are using this one during online class. Number 5, also, you are using this one. May I ask, lahat ba kayo may cellphone? Yes? Okay, not all. All right. So, di ba, I always asking you class na maging balance yung paggamit nyo ng cellphone. I'm not saying that it's not good for you, but what I'm saying, if it seems addictive and the whole day you are just, using your cell phone, no other things to do, take note that you need to do that not frequently. Kung sa discussion ko last time in physical education, what you need to do every day is to exercise. And then using gadgets, not every day. It should be, sometimes. During online class, if you have 2 hours, so after that, we can actually rest. And then, you can use again for after resting. But using gadget for the whole day, dun ka lagi nakatutok and there's no any physical movement, that is not good for you. Okay? So number 1, I believe all of us has this television. Can watch our favorite program. Number 7, what is that?
Camera.
Yes, a camera. What do you think is happening there? What is that? Hannah?
He is blogging.
That is vlogging. Vlogging has different types also. It can be food, cooking. It can be like sharing your day-to-day activity. That's a kind of vlog. Or makeup tutorial. So what other vlogs do you know? Share your insight about vlogging. What other vlogging you know aside from those that I've mentioned? And then so far, it can be like teaching someone grammar, etc. Okay, and we have, of course, this one. Let's go back dun sa isang groupings natin. Yes, this is printed. Encyclopedia, photos, newspapers. Okay. So let's continue with task number 1. Number 1, task. Tell what material is appropriate in each situation. Tell what material is appropriate in each situation. It can be like non-print or non-print material or printed material. Non-printed material rather or printed material. Okay, let's have number 1. Will you please read number 1? Amika?
Your AP teacher asked you to bring Philippine map.
Okay, what is that? From that situation, yes. From that situation, it's actually referring to what? Printed material. Because you cannot bring, in school, if it is in school, face-to-face. But if it is like online class, there are instances na pwedeng when you are asked, bring Philippine map, o pwede kang gumamit ng ebook or using your cell phone. So hindi siya printed. Pero most probably, most of the time, when we are asked to bring Philippine map, that is printed. Next, number 2. Will you please read first before answering? Okay. Let's have... Marius, can you hear me now? Not yet. Sophia, go. Read, Sophia, and answer.
You need to watch the movie Rizal before you have discussion in Filipino subject. Non-printed material.
Okay, so you are using here non-printed, definitely. Okay, correct. So, number 3. Can answer number 3, yes. Marius, go Marius. Yes, Marius. Parang may na talaga connection ni Marius. Hindi siya maka-read. Anyway. Roshena, is Roshena around? No, right? Roshena is not here. Also, Miel. Go, yes, read that, Kia, and answer.
You need to make a vlog about the importance of examining information from these different sources of if it's true or fake news.
Okay.
Non-printed.
Yes, because you are doing a vlog. If it is, o kulang ng is, if it is true or fake news. Okay? That is correct. And let's proceed to number 4, Eman. Eman, read number 4 and answer. Wala kang sound.
May problem po ata yung audio niya.
May problem din ang audio mo. Yes, Carl?
Know the latest weather forecast. Non-printed.
Okay. Non-printed because you can actually use your television, the radio, or it can be, your gadget, your cell phone. That is not correct. Next, number 5. I will just read kasi parang natakpan siya class sa aking PPT. Pero I believe you can you read that? Nababasa? Oh, Jaisley, go read.
Read your English book, non-printed.
Yes.
Read a story in your English book, non-printed.
Again.
Printed.
All right, that is printed because you are reading a story. Okay? So that is printed materials. So, very nice. Let's proceed to task number 2. So this time, you're going to follow the directions. Number 1, you're going to open Microsoft PowerPoint. Number 2, you're going to create a presentation about the things to remember in order to protect oneself from COVID-19. Now, put the title, Fight Against COVID-19, Things We Need to Do. And then put some picture if possible. What do you think is the type of material you have created using PPT? Is it printed or non-printed? Okay, so you're going to answer that. Now, if you are done with your PowerPoint presentation, we're going to submit it to me through, if you cannot submit that through Messenger, you can submit that through email. You get it? O, pakicopy muna yung direction or screenshot para meron kayong basis for this activity. Open Microsoft PowerPoint, create a presentation about the things to remember in order to protect oneself from COVID-19. And then put the title, Fight Against COVID-19, Things We Need to Do. Put some picture if possible. And then what do you think is the type of material you have created using your PPT? Now, I'm going first to help you like present something on how to use PowerPoint. Although I believe some of you are, familiar on how to use PowerPoint presentation, but then I will still share this to you. Ayan. Nakikita nyo yung sarili nyo. Ayan. So first, definitely, you are going to you're going to open your PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay. So you are going to pick what you want. Any design? Okay. Since it's about like COVID-19, pwede kayo class mag-download ng background. Or you can actually use this one. For example, using the geometric color. Kaya lang mathematics dapat ito ginagamit. Okay? So, if you have already this one, you can write the title. So, what is the title that I'm asking you to write? Fight against COVID-19, things we need to do. Ayan. Fight. Ika-type nyo ganyan. Against COVID-19. And then, things we need to do. Tapos, pwede nyo class lagyan, prepared by, kunwari, ang pangalan ng estudyante is Lorenzo Salvador. For example. So, and then, below that name, English 5. Okay. You get it? Class? Get it? It's easy, right? So, after that, you are going to put another slide. Oh, ito class ready-made na to. Pwede nyo namang tanggalin to, hindi ito yung gamitin ninyo. Pwede kayo class mag-download o mag-attach ng image. These are the options here that you can click. If you want to add some picture, so dadalhin ka niya dun sa pictures. If you have downloaded pictures, you can get them. Pero pag wala kang downloaded pictures, for example, ito class, o ito yung gusto mong background. So, enter that one there. Okay. So, just in case you want to put some background. And if you want to put some captions, you can insert text box. And then, ganyan nyo lang. Pwede na kayo magsulat. Yan. Tapos, para makita siya, kung yung background nyo ay madilim, lagyan nyo ng white color. Okay? Pwede nyo lakihan. By control, tapos, i-click nyo lang yung parang may bracket or braces para malakihan siya. Kaya hindi nyo na kailangan i-ano dito sa number na to. Kahit huwag nyo lang i-type dyan. You just press control and then yung may braces bracket sa inyong computer or sa inyong laptops, ayan, pwede nyo siyang liitan o lakihan. Something like that. Okay, but take note, ano ang gagawin ninyo class? Ilalagay ninyo sa PowerPoint, you're going to put what? Presentation, the things to remember in order to protect oneself from COVID-19. Put some picture if possible. So, pwede kayong maghanap, class. So, if you cannot add, for example, you can add online picture or you can do this way. Pwede kayong pumunta sa Google. Ayan. Tapos mag-type kayo, wear face mask. Ayan. Tapos punta kayo image. Tapos, pwede nyo gamitin tong picture na to na nandito. For example, ito yung napili ko. And then, you may copy this one. Copy image. And then, you go back to PPT. Paste it. So, meron ka ng picture number 1. And then, ilalagay mo na ngayon. Pwede ka mag-insert ng text box. So, be creative, class. Pwede mong lagyan where all the time o pwede nyo nagdagan most especially if you are outside home. Okay. So there you have it. Tapos pwede nyong lakihan o pwede nyong i-highlight class, whatever you want. It's up to you. Pwede nyong lagyan class ng ito, ayan, para mas kita siya. This is simple, pero pwede nyong gawin ng much better. Pwede nyong class lagyan ng animations. For example, gusto ko, bago makita ni Sir itong image na to, nagpo-float in siya. O pwede nyong i-click. Gusto ko ito, pag nag-transition na, pag clinic ni sir ay magpa-fly in naman siya. Okay. But then, gusto ko from this page, going to another page, gusto ko ay nagpo-push. Yun. Or gusto ko ay nag-uncover siya. It's up to you. Sige, try ko nga kung kaya mag-uncover na yon. Ay, sorry, hindi ko pala nagawang ano. So, let's say push. Okay, sige nga, slideshow. Ayun. Okay. So, there you have it. Ayan. So, nakita niyo, class? Yes? Or no? Do you get it? Can you do it by your own now? By yourself? So, do you have laptops na makakagawa kayo ng PPT? Or desktop? Yes? So, that will be your task this afternoon. And you're going to submit that later, siguro mga 4 p.m. So, kayo ang bahala mag-research. You are going to research what are those things I need to do for me to be protected from COVID-19. Although all those information naman are available anywhere. Even you are like sleeping, you can still give those those precautionary measures, right? Because it's always being given to us over the television, in school, even sa Facebook, lagi sa may mga ganong babala or mga warnings on how to protect ourselves from COVID-19. So I believe even you are like, no, without researching, you have an idea now, here, in mind, what to do. Put pictures, put animations, put transitions, and then put captions. And then don't forget to put the title of that and the name, your name. Okay? Clear? Clear? Are you excited working on that? Pagandahan tayo ng PPT, ha? I'm going to pick top 5. Okay? I-announce ko late sa after ng class kung sino yung top 5 na may pinakamagandang presentation using the PPT or using the PowerPoint presentation. Okay? All right. So, let's see kung magagawa nga siya. Although, did you experience that working on PPT or doing something on PPT? Oh, yes. I believe, class, you are so techy naman, right? I believe you can actually explore. At your age, I believe you are an explorer. Pagdating sa mga Google na yan, sa mga PPT, using the internet, you can actually experiment kung saan pa kayo pwede makakuha ng magagandang sources to make your presentation beautiful, then you can do that. Okay? All right. So any question regarding our topic this afternoon about the materials can be printed or non-printed? So, below pala class ng inyong presentation, ilalagay nyo, this is a blank material. Non-print or printed. Non-printed or printed. It's either of the two. Dun sa baba. Kasi another point yon pag tama yung sagot. Okay? This is a blank material. Tapos, pwede na kayo maglagay, thank you. Pwede nyo lagyan ng design. Moving animations and all. Okay? Pwede nyo lagyan ng picture nyo. Doon sa prepared by, tas may picture nyo, nakaganon kayo. Or naka-post kayo na kunwari Ayan. It's up to you. Make it like creative and definitely yung highest highest points here, those who actually put all the things that we need to do to fight against COVID-19. It means very informative. You get my point? So when someone see that, like pag in-slideshow nila, okay, I will do this, I will do that. So informative. So they will react such way. Okay? I'm learning a lot because of your PPT. Okay? Questions? None so far?
None.
Clear?
Clear.
Yes. Now, before you go, tomorrow class, please watch again the MAPE, Music, Arts, PE, Health in the morning. So we will not meet in the morning because I am preparing for the broadcast. But in the afternoon, we'll have mathematics at 1 p.m. Okay? Mathematics. Okay. See you, class. Enjoy your activity this afternoon. Give your best.
Thank
Be
you po.
creative.
Bye po.
Okay? And God bless you always. Keep safe.
Bye po, sir. Thank you po.
Thank you po. Stay safe po.
Bye
Stay
po,
safe
sir.
po, sir.
Okay. Paki-share yung screenshot nung task doon sa ano, kung meron kayo. Doon sa GC natin.